2003 Nissan Dealer 400 and Oven Fresh Biscuits 500 winners Atang Machaganeni and Mike Stangl have opted for a Chevrolet LT1 V8 engine in the Total Jimco. And if past performance is anything to go by, they're strong candidates for the championship crown.
We initially had a very good start in the 2003 season. As you know, we won the race in Cape Town. We came first in specials. We didn't have any problems. And thereafter, in Sugar Belt in Durban, we had engine problems. I'm not mechanics-wise. I don't know what happened, but I know that we spent a lot of effort, time, invested a lot of funds into trying to get it right. Nothing really came right. The third race was the desert race. We shot our ring and pinion in the gearbox. We were also doing very well at the time. Then came the Mafican race, fourth race in the season. We won the race. We didn't have problems then. We came first in specials. Thereafter, we had problems after problems, problems after problems. I don't really know what happened, to the point where we nearly discandled the car and put it behind us. We're really tired of it, and we tried to fix the problem. To date, we haven't found the problem. We had to reconfigure the engine and strip the whole harness from back to front, because we strongly believe the problem was electrical. We couldn't find the problem, and therefore we decided to just get rid of everything that we had and start all over again. Our plans are very simple, and history speaks for itself. If the car does not let us down, we'll drive it within my ability, and obviously the car can do more than what I can do. But when we finish a race, we don't just finish, we finish well. And I'm confident that with the reconfigurations, improvements we've done to the car this year, we seem to be going to have a lot of reliability. And if that is the case, if my statement holds, we will do very well in the year. And like every other year, we start with good intentions and good spirits, and hopefully we'll end it in the same manner.
Two other Botswana-based Chevrolet-powered special vehicles will swell Class A. Rashid Noble and nephew Faisal Noble will again be in action in the 440 horsepower Chevrolet V6-powered Abe's Furnishers STC Chemicals Aceco, with nephew Zane Noble and Richard Hope entered in a Chevrolet LT1-powered raceco. Frikkie Botha and Melville Priest acquired the 2002 championship-winning Lexus V8-powered Jimco from Greg Harvey towards the end of last year, and soon got to grips with the unique handling of the A-arm suspension chassis after previously racing an aging trailing arm suspension raceco chassis. Winner of last year's inaugural Toyota Dealer 400 in Leidenburg, Mark Corbett, and new co-driver Gavin Kelsey will again be in action in the Audi V8-powered Century Property Developments BAT, in which they won the special vehicle category in the recent Nampo 400. Clint Gibson and Mike Brown made their Class A debut in the Audi V8-powered Presidium Financial Services BAT late last year, and went on to lead the Toyota Dealer 400 only to wrong slot meters from the finish and be beaten across the line by mere seconds by Mark Corbett. The KwaZulu-Natal-based crew is a definite contender for the Special Vehicle Championship. Nissan V6 engines are fitted to a number of BAT racing chassis, with the main contender for the championship title being reigning Special Vehicle co-driver champion Brandon Harkis in the Adrenalized Corporate Entertainment BAT that he will share with Achim Bergman.
2004 Special Vehicle Championship, we've got 9 cars competing, 2 in Class B, 7 in Class A. Last year, definitely the BATs were the ones to beat. I don't think anything's going to change this year. Guys have worked hard on their brand new cars from last year, and they've dialed them in a bit better. A lot more time testing. We're looking forward to the year. Yeah, this year I have a new navigator, Achim Bergman. We did the Lichtenberg 200. We started in pole, and that's tough for him because not knowing the route. First time on a route schedule, and all credit to him, he didn't get me lost once. So the pressure's on him at the first race, but I think he'll come through. What do I think of restrictors? Yes and no. I think there's some good advantages to it and definitely some bad advantages. Some of the top formulas in the world run restrictors. Formula One has got restrictions on it. World Rally cars all got restrictors on it. Downside to this year, a lot of guys in this country, the reason for Class A is it's an unlimited class. Guys can build whatever machine they want. They can have 800 horsepower, they can have whatever they like. And I think that's going to be a small problem to some people, especially the guys who've invested hugely in expensive motors from America, big horsepower. Now all of a sudden those engines become completely wrong package for the deal. And they're going to find themselves having to throw away $30,000 engines, and I don't think they're going to swallow that pill too well. Although restrictors slowing the cars down, every year is the same. Guys coming out with more horsepower, faster cars, and all that happens is the faster cars, more horsepower, broken down earlier in the race. 50 Ks, none of them left. So it's going to be a good and bad thing. From my point of view, it suits BAT cars. We're very light. We're 300 kilograms lighter than most of our competitors. So if they do bring restrictors, we definitely look good.
Nissan Sugarbelt 400 winner Gerald Mundell and new co-driver Kingsley Nurden in the BAT are also contenders for the title.
What a finish!
Newcomers Philip Vosloo and Evan Hutchinson will be in action in the adrenalized corporate entertainment BAT, with last year's debutants Dani Murray and Andrew Utterson entered in the intelligence BAT. Nashua Mobile Racing's Terence Marsh and Trevor Eyre regarded last year as a development year for the Mitsubishi 3.5 V6 supercharged Jimco and will be launching a full onslaught on the 2004 championship. Class S for space frame chassis fitted with trailing arm or beam front suspensions could pose a threat to some in the Class A ranks, with the crew lineup reading like a roll of honor at an old boys reunion. 3 crews who between them have won dozens of races and 7 championships over a span of 20 years will do battle. 2-time Special Vehicle Championship winners Richard Chilling and Ashley Thorne will be a force in a Nissan V6-powered Plastotech raceco, but can expect a tough fight from 5-time Special Vehicle Champion, 3 times as a driver and twice as a co-driver, Bux Carolyn and Archie Rutherford in the Buick V6 engine Nashua Mobile Racing raceco, and Nardis Alberts and Colin Hunter in the Porsche-powered Rapsa raceco.
The reason we're here really is about Logwood Ranch, a home for Down syndrome children. I guess whatever the 2 of us do, they're going to be the winner. One thing's for sure, I'm going to give this guy a hiding. He's going to get taught a few driving lessons this year.
Yeah, well, we took this bet over lunch in December, and the bet is R1,000 per race, and the loser pays the bet, which will go to Sunfield Homes, Logwood Ranch. And I'm quite confident that I can beat old Fats here. We've been training since December. I've turned down a fight with Mike Skitter and Jimmy Abbott because of Silling. I want to take him on, so I think the money will be going to a worthy cause, and I'm looking forward to giving him my hiding in his life. I just hope he can go the distance, that's all.
Look, I mean, I just want to say one thing, that the way in I was a bit heavier than him. He didn't notice it, but I have to give him a bit of a chance. You know, he's driving a car with an automatic gearbox, a little bit lazy. I give him 4 years too. Watch.
Look, he goes 40 Ks, I think I'll be proud of him, but he's going to pay out quite a lot of money. At least it's going to a good cause, and I'm really looking forward to whipping his little ass.
Yeah, he turned 50 about 2 weeks ago. Obviously, it's got to him, man. The qualifying is 40 kilometers, but catch your wake up. Come back to the proper racing.
Botswana businessmen Mohammed Noor and reigning Class S co-drivers champion Mohammed Mulsin will again be in action in the Super Veg Raceco Porsche, in which they won the class on several occasions in 2003. but will have to contend with reigning Class S Drivers' Champion Nick Gosler and co-driver Warren Bowie in the Men's Clinic International Kopanong Hotel Super Team Raceco Porsche.
The preferences are definitely with cars these days. I think the transition, they're two totally different sports. The two-wheel sport is an individual sport. You prep your bike beforehand and you go and race, and you're on your own for 6 hours or 8 hours in a day. In the four-wheel sport, you're with other people, there's a team that you rely on, and you have a navigator that you can chat to whilst you're going. Competition was very tough. In the end, I felt a little bit deflated because Mohammed and myself didn't actually get to race in the last race. But ultimately, I won the championship, and that's what counts.
Class B for 2-litre powered space frame vehicles will benefit from the introduction of 2 new models in 2004. East Rand-based constructor Hendrik Fourie from Zarco has sold 6 vehicles to date.
The philosophy of Zarco comes a few years way back when I started racing with a few friends of mine. I experienced the sport to be very expensive. I therefore went through a process of designing a car which is affordable, which brings affordable racing to the bigger public. It brings a family together, brothers. It can bring a father and son together and can give them the opportunity to race at a national level at a more affordable price. 99% of all my components can be bought locally. I manufacture my own suspension arms, the bearings, bearing hubs, all those components are locally available and brings the cost of having fun dramatically down. On one thing I did not sacrifice, and that is the safety aspect. I import all the calipers and I import the safety harnesses, because in safety you cannot sacrifice at all. A few of the design aspects that I had to bring into, first of all, safety. The full chassis is chromoly 4130, normalized. I use a TIG welding process, which is a very good process of welding. Furthermore, all my components are WorkCAD CAM designed, and I use laser cutting. Therefore, in future, if anybody has an item to be replaced, it's a buy off the shelf and it fits immediately.
Zarco Light models will be campaigned by Glenn Claassen and Matthew Ludick, Corporate Off-Road Entertainment Zarco Light. Warren Claassen and Kim Dixon, Corporate Off-Road Entertainment Zarco Light. John Thompson and Clinton McNamara, brothers Hendrik and Louis Fourie, and newcomers Rudy and Pierre van Graan. Willie Prinsloo from Ultimo Cars has built and sold 8 racing versions of his revolutionary motorcycle-engined vehicles to local and international customers. 3 Ultimo Dominators will be entered, and Willie Prinsloo and George Parkhazen will each race 1100 Honda Blackbird-powered Ultimo Dominators, and David White will race a 1000 Honda VTR Firestorm-powered version. Reigning Special Vehicle Champion Phil Nell, Look ATE Truggy, will be under pressure from these newcomers, as well as some of the established crews, to repeat his 2003 championship-winning feat. But sheer consistency and immaculate vehicle preparation should carry the day for him.
You've got to do a couple of things right if you want to have success in off-road racing. I would think in any type of racing it's more or less the same. First of all, I think you must be pretty fit, racing fit, like bicycle fit, but you must be able to enjoy the whole race. If you can't enjoy the whole race, you start to make mistakes, and then it doesn't take long and you're out anyway. And then the preparation work, I think you just about finish the race from the workshop. So that is where the whole thing starts. And the more technical and professional help you can get, the better and the easier it makes you to finish the race. Now, if you can't finish the race, then it doesn't really mean a thing, because you only get points for finishing. Now, we've got the view that we want to go and enjoy the whole race, which obviously then gets to a point where you've got to finish if you want to enjoy the whole race. And if you can finish all the races, and you can then, of course, with the competition that you've got today, you got to drive hard. You've got to be on the edge or a little bit over the edge. And you're going to have your flat wheels, you're going to have your OOPSA and everything that goes with it. But if you drive well, if you drive competitive, and you look after your car, and you do your preparation work, well and you're fit, you're going to have a nice race and a nice season. I think as far as the planning for the season goes, it will be, again, to go out there and finish the races and do as well as possible. We've done some development on the car. It's quite a bit better suspension-wise and a couple of nice things that we've done. So it will be nice to compete out there with the guys. We are looking at a new car, but obviously the car must be quite a bit better than this one, otherwise we won't be interested. So they're busy looking at the car and they're busy putting a thing together. If it's better than this car, then we will buy it. Otherwise, we'll stick to this car for another season or what. It's a small car, it tows nicely, and you enjoy it, or we enjoy it quite a bit to go out there and race with it. So the competition gets tougher, but with the development you do, the car also gets faster, and we can still compete with them. Not always with these big guys and with the nice cars that's coming out, but we can still enjoy our race and enjoy our sport. Look, it's not always easy to compete with the big guys and with the very expensive cars and the big budget boys, but it's still nice to go out and compete with them, although it's going to be tougher from this season onwards because there's a considerable point difference between the first and the last guys. But it's still nice to go out there and give them a run for their money, and they must also look after their cars because otherwise we're going to take their points. And that goes for any Class B car, and I still think it's, for us, it's nicer to race in Class B. And we're going to give them a go this year.